Hey, Chris here, and today I want to talk about some weird next-gen, or I guess in this case current-gen at this point, glitches that I've experienced with both the Xbox Series S and the PlayStation 5 All Digital Edition. As always, if you're enjoying the content, if you like the video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and please be sure to subscribe. So, weirdly enough, in the time that I've had both the Series S and the PS5, I've had two kind of weird glitches that I haven't yet been able to find a solution to on each system. I'll just say up front too, this is not meant to be a comprehensive list of next-gen issues, or again, current-gen issues at this point. This is just, some observations that I've had and some things that I've experienced. And I wanted to make this video really for two reasons. One, if anybody has any solutions to these and you've experienced these, please put them in the comments below, because I've been online, I've looked around in a lot of different places, and I have yet to find solutions to the two problems that I face with each one of these systems. And I think the other reason I wanted to make this really is just to sort of demonstrate that they're still probably working out some kinks with these consoles. Some of the things that I've experienced may be able to fix with a patch. I don't know, they're very kind of niche specific things, and I'll talk about each of them of course here momentarily. But again, if you have any experience with these, please let me know. Let's start with the Xbox Series S. So one of the first games that I downloaded when I picked this up was Dirt 5. So I played through the entire game. I think I got through something like 95% of it in terms of the achievements you can get and all of that sort of stuff. So I made it through, the career mode, a lot of the optional stuff, the stunt mode kind of stuff that's part of the game. I closed it down, I played another game for a little while, and I came back to it, and when I opened it back up, it just got stuck on the loading screen when I tried to enter the campaign, the Dirt 5 loading screen, and it just would not move from there. I uninstalled the game, I reinstalled it, I fired it back up hoping that would fix it, but nope, it was still stuck again. Now, just for a little more context here, again, this is the Xbox Series S. I have the 1TB Seagate expansion card in the back. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I think the game is saved to that expansion card, so potentially there could be an issue there, even though I have not experienced that with any other games at this point. So I don't know why that would be the case if that is the case. So again, just a really weird thing that I've had happen there. Another weird thing that I've had happen is playing Halo Online and recording videos of gameplay, just in online matches so I can send them to friends and sort of share them online or whatever the case may be. I go in to look at the capture and I've noticed that it's super dark or it just doesn't play at all. Now, a little bit of online research has suggested that people have experienced this due to an auto HDR issue. So some people have talked about, going in and disabling auto HDR, but I don't want to do that because I want HDR in the game. But it's just a really weird thing, and it is admittedly kind of a minor thing. I mean, it's not a big deal per se, but it is just an annoyance. I mean, you would think with a brand new system and having had really kind of the same UI and general setup with the Xbox One, that these kinds of things would be worked out, but this is a persistent thing with Halo that I've noticed. I haven't seen this happen in any other game. When I go in to record a video or a screen capture, they upload to my Xbox app on my phone without any kind of issue, so I just don't know what's going on there. But that is one where I have seen some people have some comments about that again. Some people have said, turn off auto HDR, I don't want to do that. But if you've had that happen to you, let me know in the comments about how you approach this. Now let's transition over to the PlayStation 5, and again, I have the All Digital Edition. I don't think that this really makes a difference at all, but the first thing that I've experienced that was really weird here has to do with Cyberpunk 2077. So I played through the entire game, I beat the main mission, I didn't do a ton of the side quest stuff. I wanted to go back and do that, but I saw that a patch was coming out, so I wanted to wait for that patch so that it would hopefully perform a little more smoothly, maybe look a little bit better, and so I did, I waited. The patch came out, and for whatever reason, my PS5 just will not download the patch. I've closed the game, I've restarted the system, I've shut down the system all the way, turned it back on. Every time I go to download this patch, it just will not do it. I deleted the game, reinstalled the game, and still it wouldn't download the patch, or it wouldn't get it going correctly. I don't really have any idea what the deal is here, and honestly, at this point, I think the only way to get this fixed is probably to just format my PS5 and reinstall the game, but if I'm being honest, I don't think it's worth that trouble. I liked Cyberpunk, it was a fun game, but I don't want to delete everything else and reinstall everything else just to go through this patching process and potentially have it work, or it may not even work. I've been online to Reddit and tried to get some feedback from anybody else who has experienced this, and I haven't seen that anyone else has experienced it. And it's weird because I have other games that update without any issues whatsoever, but every time I turn on my PS5, I've got that little red notification icon, no matter what, that says Cyberpunk cannot update. At this point, I've deleted the game. I've gone in and tried to clear out the little notification about the update time and again, and it just won't do it. It just stays there, and it's really, really irksome. I don't know how to get rid of it, so again, if you've got any thoughts about that, let me know, and I'll try it out and see if it works. The other weird PS5 thing I've encountered is, I went back in to try and download some PS4 games that either I just didn't really have time to get into when I had my PS4, or I just wanted to revisit because I really liked them. One of those games is Predator Hunting Grounds. It's a really cool game if you've ever played it. It didn't perform great on the PS4, especially if you compare it to the PC version, so I wanted to re-download that to see if the frame per second boost had been applied there. In other words, did it get to 60 frames per second? Because on the PS4, to me, and I don't have any sort of solid data to back this up, but my sort of eyeball observation was that it was running at 30 FPS and it looked kind of rough. So I downloaded the game, and the first thing I noticed when I downloaded it is that on my home screen for my PS5, it didn't have the icon. I could scroll over to it, but it just had sort of a placeholder, X, square, circle, triangle icon. And I thought that was a little weird, so I clicked the game to open it. It opened the game, and it just got stuck on this screen that said authenticating, and the little Predator triangle targeting logos spun around, and nothing ever happened. So I haven't really yet dug into what may be causing this. I think later today I'm going to go in and delete the game and reinstall it and see if that fixes anything. But again, just a weird glitch. One of these weird things that I really don't understand why it would be happening. Again, I have the all digital edition of the PS5. Maybe it's a storage issue, but at the same time, all of my other games that I've downloaded work fine without any problems, so I just don't get it. So anyway, those are just a few kind of weird hiccups that I've encountered. If you have a PS5 or a Series S, and this may be applicable to the Series X as well, I just don't know, but if you run into any of these problems, please let me know in the comments below. And please, if you have any fixes to these, let me know that as well. As always, thanks for watching. On another note, we did pass 200 subscribers with the channel, which is awesome. I mean, that's, again, kind of a tiny milestone in the world of YouTube, I guess, but it was a cool thing to see that happen, and the numbers keep going up, and I really, really appreciate everybody's viewership. Thank you so much for watching. Later this week, I'm hoping to have a video review of the Xbox headset. So I did manage to order one. It was supposed to be delivered this past weekend. It didn't show up. The delivery date got pushed out by a week, so stay tuned for that. It should be coming soon.